Hello, mi gente, saludos. Welcome to another episode. Hoy en día TV, otro episodio. Hoy en día TV bilingual lifestyle show que se habla de todo un poco, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? And so we have another great episode, another great guest, and I'm gonna bring on my co-host Manny Morales. Manny, welcome to the stage.
Hola, bendiciones, bendiciones. ¿Cómo está mi gente? How's everybody doing? Amén.
Bendiciones. ¿Cómo estás? How are you?
Bien, I'm good. It wasn't really a busy week. Like work has
You
been
like?
work has been boring, but slow progress. Like everything else is like really slow progress. I got a couple fashion shows coming up.
Hmm.
I'm going to record. So um, remember, yes, Noko. I
I
think we
do.
talked about it on the show. We're going to actually do some like a little short um, skit type movie thing for my book, and we actually picked a date for it. So um, I'm going to post something to get some extras to come out
Okay.
because it's going to be early in the morning. Like the way that I have it in the book. Um, the jogging scene, you haven't read the book, but in the jogging scene in the beginning, it's like daybreak. So I have to get everybody up. Like I told them, uh, uh, what's it called? Call time is at 6:45 in the morning. So
That's
right.
exciting.
But I mean, I'm not gonna keep them long. I just need to get that early sun. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell the difference between an early sun and like a midday sun. You could tell the difference. So, and then the heat. I'm trying to beat the heat with them. So.
I gotcha. Okay, so are you casting for any actual speaking roles or lead roles, etc.?
Um, the first scene, no, it's just going to be me. So, in the first scene, it's where the two main characters meet, but they don't meet in the traditional way, and I'm not going to give it away. Y'all have to buy a book
That's right.
if you want to, or watch the short, and then you'll get it. But then you won't really get it unless you read the book. So you still have to buy the book.
Right, you want them. Right.
Right,
That's
exactly. So this is where the two. I don't even speak in the first scene. Well, no, I am going to speak to her when they meet. But there's really not going to be any. So it's going to be. I really just need the extras as like people jogging,
okay.
So just like filler people. But as I go on, I'm going to have speaking roles and. Um, Hopefully I could get enough to where I could present it to some of the streaming platforms and they pick it up, and then we could start filming for the series, which is exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
And so we'll say this. We're gonna turn that over. We're gonna say you will get it up so that you will be able to
Right.
pitch it to the
Okay.
streaming channel.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That'll
You
work.
will. Words of affirmation. There you go. Words of affirmation. Um last weekend, Saturday, you had an event. How did that go?
I had an event last Saturday.
Didn't you have a shoot or something? You were talking about it last week.
I had to shoot. Hold on.
With a pool gathering, pool
Huh?
party or something.
Oh, mm, that was
I
a
could have
while
sworn you
ago.
had something going on last weekend, sir.
Hold on. Let
Oh,
me look at my calendar because like things start
well, I
to
saw some posted, so maybe we just
meld together.
okay.
Let's see. No, I had the brunch. That's what it was. The brunch for Kings
I knew
Republic.
it was something.
Like
I knew
pool scene. I didn't go to no pool. What are you talking about?
that was the weekend before that.
It was the brunch.
Okay.
So I personally I have high expectations for things,
Okay.
because of the way that you know, the way that I am. Like I give 110%. I'm extra. A lot of people say you're extra, and that's because I like things to be over the top.
Hey,
So I had high expectations, but at the same time, I didn't have an expectation because it was the first event. It was the first Meet the Ambassadors. Um, so it was good. We could have had a more of a turnout, but the performers showed up. Both of the performers that we had, and they rocked the house. So we're The owner of the establishment liked the event so much that he's going to allow us to do the event every month to the end of the year. So, yeah,
Wow.
right. I mean, we still got to pay for it, of course. That's that's behind the scenes though. But he's going to allow us, give us an actual day where we could come in and do the meet the ambassadors, have performers and stuff like that. So it's a
Great.
win-win for both of us. But it was
Yeah.
it was pretty good. It was definitely pretely good. The ambassadors showed up, um, and just like with any person that I don't want to say is an introvert, but they're nervous to be around other people and meeting new people and stuff like that. They were kind of nervous to actually mingle with people. So I kind of broke the ice, and it was actually my first time hosting. I've never hosted anything before, besides the show.
Okay.
Um, so I think I did pretty good. I wasn't really nervous because of the show. Thank you, Yessie. Um, so it kind of like being on the show kind of took me out of my nervous introvert. It's like people are just people. Everybody's
Right.
the same. So it's like why be nervous? So I don't be nervous.
And you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like many times we ourselves are in our own heads, right?
Right.
Because
Exactly.
when you really sit down and analyze and study, as we all know when we grew up, and we're still growing as individuals each and every day, we're not perfect. We all have flaws, regardless. Your flaws may be different than mine, okay? And it's all good. I accept you for you, you accept me for me. Just keep going, just keep pushing. Let's rub it up. I'm going to say things that are probably not, proper and sometimes and vice versa. And
Right.
it's just how it is because I make mistakes. And so I think us as individuals learning to accept that more will help us kind of break out of that shell to understand that we're going to make mistakes. We're humans, just like you are, just
Exactly.
like that person is. And it is what it is. It's A-okay.
Right. Exactly.
And so I think that's probably what it is why a lot of people are either shy or introverted because they're in their heads a lot. And I'm
Right.
speaking from when I was younger, before I was able to get on and do like Gumbo TV and stuff back in the day. I
Right.
was thinking like that sometimes, but then I realized I'm like, why? Why am I putting so much pressure on myself? This is me. You take me or love me.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you were able to have that opportunity to experience that, to get out, break out of that shell, and experience something new. And now look at you. You're
Right.
pushing, you're grinding, and that's great.
Yeah. We had a decent turnout. There was a lot of networking going on. The 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 young lady that we're gonna have on probably sometime in September, October, somewhere around there. Yui Flores. She the one of the fashion shows that I was in is called RDB Fashion Show.
Hmm.
And the coordinator slash person that actually does the show was there, and she fell in love with her. She was like, "Yo, I want you to perform at my fashion show." So networking at its finest, like you know.
Hmm.
So, and then she was like, "Yo, I like the way you move as a host." She was like, "I think I want you to host the fashion show." So I was like, "Cool, okay."
That's great. Look at
Right.
you.
So,
Awesome. And I want to give a big shout out to Brent Gaskins, who is
yes,
watching
yes.
us along with the other viewers. Y'all haven't commented. So as soon as y'all comment, I can post you on.
All right. What's up?
Because
What's up,
make sure I get-
Sir Gaskins? You're the one that started all this. Because if it wasn't for you, I would have met this young lady right here. So,
So shout out to Brent for being the bridge that allowed Manny and I to cross paths.
yes, yes,
Brent, we got to get you on. So offline, we're going
yes.
to have to chat and
We
see.
definitely have to get you on.
Right now, we are blessed. God has been blessing the show. We are booked out until end of December, early
Yes, sir.
January. So
Right,
that's as soon as that we can get you. But the goal is to get you on, right?
right.
So,
Exactly. We definitely got to get you on, man. Because you got a
and
lot
for
of
those,
projects. He got a lot of projects going on right now. I've been watching him on Facebook.
yeah,
He's doing a lot of things right now. He's
he
making moves.
does. Yep. He says, yes, sis and Manny, let me know. Absolutely. I'll reach out to you for sure.
Yeah, reach out to him and put him on the schedule. Get him up
Yeah,
there.
we do. And so, to the viewers watching, if you want to listen to us ever, we are available on actual podcasts, not just on the Facebook. or IG or X or YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Music, Deezer, RSS, and there's two other ones that I always forget because they're not as popular, but
You got
you
to
can
write them
still
down. You got to write them down.
right. But on my end, I'm pushing, I'm grinding, working on different
Right.
projects, working on Oyandia. This has been
Mm-hmm.
a big project. And I'm traveling with the National Alzheimer's Association in G. Davis
Right.
City and Holmes with the stage play Unforgettable. We're going to be hitting California, Michigan, Georgia, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have about 5 more states to hit up, and then we're going to start the tour back up in the new year. So
Okay.
stay alert for those who want to catch the stage play. It is free. All you have to do is register. Come out and show some love and show some support. If we're coming to a theater near you, come on out. Just register and keep your eyes and ears peeled for more information.
Hey, y'all got to come to Jacksonville or at least Orlando. Okay, like go to Orlando. I'll drive to Orlando. That's like 2 hours from here. Y'all could, catch Universal in between. Jacksonville is a good city, but if you really want to, go to Orlando, they have Disney World, stuff like that, Universal. I'll drive to Orlando to watch the play. I definitely want to
Okay.
see it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to reach out to my connections and see what we can do. I'll
Yes.
definitely.
Yes. Come down here to Florida. Y'all be going to the cold states. Come down here to the sun.
Good point. We actually, back earlier in the year, back in March, we went to Miami.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's
2 weeks
like
ago,
5 hours. I can't do Miami. That's like 5 hours for me.
and then 2 years ago, we went to Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, I didn't have a chance to go because that's when I had my baby boy. But my understudy went with the group with our
Okay.
awesome guest. We did go to Vegas, but again, that was still when I had my baby boy. So
All right.
so we still went to the warm states. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Okay. We gotta come down here to Orlando. Tell them push the Universal. Tell them you can go to Universal. They have Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely. I want to go to Universal, and I'm a big kid at heart. I love all this
Yeah,
stuff. I love
it's fun.
amusement parks,
Like,
theme
it's like,
parks, and all
like
that.
when I went to Universal to see Harry Potter for the first time. They have Diagon. Like it's so just like the movie. Like
Mm.
it was so amazing just seeing it. And then they have the butter beer that you can drink just like Harry did with his
Okay,
friend. Yeah.
butterbeer. I'm gonna check that one
Hmm.
out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, Manny, we're going to shift gears a little bit because we have a special guest waiting for us. She's been patiently waiting
Yes,
to
yes,
chop it up with us. Chop it up, chat it up. Yes, we're going to get
yes.
to know this lovely, amazing guest, Katrina,
Uh,
coming to the stage. Welcome, Katrina.
hey,
Oh,
how's
hi.
it going? How's it going, Miss
It's
Katrina?
going good. It's going
Good,
good.
good. So, tell us about yourself. Who is Katrina, and what are we doing here today?
I am a mother, an entrepreneur. Um, I have lived in Florida all of my life. I'm a forever Floridian. So yeah, I agree. Bring them down to Universal.
Yes.
Um, yes, I have. I've started a business, skincare line. Um,
Okay.
it started, so I've always been into health and
Hmm.
fitness and healing properties and things like that.
Okay.
And so I used to do my own skincare. Like I'll have a jar of this oil, of this butter, a jar of this, different oils and combining them. And then years down, that was just since my 20s, I've been doing that.
Okay.
And then my son, he had eczema when he was really
Okay.
small, really bad. He had eczema really bad. So I've done a lot of research and coming up with things, to help mitigate, that. And then in 20, was it 2020? I think it was 2021, somewhere then, I tore my meniscus.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Wow.
I was doing bench. hops, but the bench wasn't. It was one of the padded benches.
Uh,
So
That's about
yeah,
the food.
so I tore my meniscus, and I was in so much pain from it. I was taking Motrin. I was popping Motrin all day for months,
Wow.
and I started having issues with my kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had to find an alternative, and CBD was that alternative for me. So I decided to turn it into a business. During COVID, that's when most businesses started during COVID. So
Mm-hmm.
that was 2022 when I started Kitchen Etiquette, and it's been a fun ride. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Definitely
So kitchen
awesome.
etiquette is a cool name. How did that name transpire? How did you think about kitchen etiquette is going to be the name of my business?
Because I make everything in the kitchen, and I
Uh,
truly believe God gave me that because it was kind of I had a pen and I'm a writer, so I had a pen and paper just writing down different ideas, and then kitchen etiquette, because there was going to be I was going to do like salad dressings and different things.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so yeah,
There could still be. Don't count yourself out.
yeah,
You can still do it.
yeah.
Look at how far you've gotten. So when did you start kitchen etiquette? Like how officially? Like how long have has kitchen?
Officially, my launch party was April of 2022, but
Okay.
I started behind the scenes really the end of 2021, like
Okay.
gathering all of everything I needed, doing testing out free items to see doing all my research.
Right.
Yeah, so 2022 was when I put it out there for the world.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
How has it been? Like, do you get what are the the feedback that you get? Like, because I've
Yeah,
seen some of your videos and it's like a lot of people are just amazed at this.
people are amazed. I'll say some of the most amazement I get is from people that have children with eczema
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because they're being subscribed steroid creams.
Mm.
Some children have to go as far as getting injections,
Ah,
and it doesn't completely mitigate the issue.
right. Right.
Um, but CBD is anti-inflammatory, so
Okay.
yeah, it stops the flare up
Right.
first off, and then it's an antioxidant. So you've seen people who they have dark patches on their skin from where the scaling of the skin
Right.
happened. So the
Mhm.
cream mixture helps, take that away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then the pain relief oil is very effective. I've had people who are recovering from cancer.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, people with back issues. So yeah, um, people love my products. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I've noticed. Like I seen a bunch of your videos and they're like, I seen one video and the girl was smelling something and she was like, "Yeah, this is the best." And I was like, "Yeah, she's really hyper about this one."
Yeah. Did you
That is
try it?
so
Did you
interesting.
try yours?
Not yet.
Not
I'm
yet. Okay.
not yet. Like as I work like 10 hours and then I'll come in here and do something because I'm always writing. I'm always doing something. Kings Republic. I'm working on a comic book novel, and then I'll leave here and go straight to my bed. So I'm going to. I have it in my bathroom. Baby
Okay.
steps. Like it
Okay.
was on my table. Then I put it in the bathroom. Now I just got to use
Okay.
it. Yeah.
You'll enjoy.
So I love fragrance. I love anything that smells good on both me and my honey, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we both deal
So
with
that's
sensitivity.
brown.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Brown One. But we both deal with sensitivity in the skin. So what type of fragrance can somebody expect from your product? Is it going to smell like the butters, or is it going to have more of like floral for women, or more of a musk for men? Like what's the expectation for fragrance?
So it's on a broad spectrum. So I do have so I have a list of scents, and they can be like the essential oils or your natural fragrance, like lavender, lemon, and honey, things of that sort. And then I do dupes, perfume dupes. So I have items like I have a lot of Tom Ford, Dior items, um, Lodge. So it just depends on what you like to smell like.
Right, right.
I try to cover those who have sensitivities, and then um, the eczema cream doesn't have any scent to it because some those fragrances can sometimes irritate the skin.
Right.
So there's no alcohol, no fragrance in that. So it just depends on what you're looking for. You know, if you want to smell subtle, you can smell subtle. If you want to light the room up, you can light the room up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to master the chemistry of what different types of mixes work well together?
Right.
It took me, that was most of the end of 2021. That was the hardest part, like putting scents together, trying to figure out what worked. I started off that way. I wanted to, I'm going to do, like, I'm going to create my own fragrances. And that was very hard to do. So then I changed things around, and I used either, just a plain scents, or have the perfume dupes. So yeah, that part is very challenging, trying to do the chemistry of blending scents and then figuring out your percentages. And it, as time goes on, it may smell different a few weeks later than it did when you first mixed it. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the shower bomb. Like, how is it different from the actual bath bomb? Yeah, right. So when they surprised me, like they got me on my birthday, we were supposed to do a Kings Republic photo shoot, and they tricked me into going into a restaurant. And she was there, and she gifted me some shower bombs that I haven't used yet. But explain, because most of the time the bath bombs, you have to dunk it in the water.
Right.
Yeah. So I call these shower melts, and they're very therapeutic. So what you want to do is it creates a spa experience, and it's aromatherapy. So I have eucalyptus and lavender. So both of those are used as stress relievers. And so you get the water hot, you run the water hot, close the door, because you want the steam.
Okay.
In the bathroom. So once you stick the melt under the water, it's going to start fizzing, and as it melts, it's releasing vapors into the steam, and it'll clear your sinuses, and it also gives you like you feel relaxed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
cool. Want to take another shower.
What?
I said, you make me want to take another shower now. Try these things out.
Yeah, you should try it.
I'm gonna try it next time I take a shower. Most definitely.
Yeah.
So growing up, Katrina, how did you become acquainted with this whole process of the beauty and butters and fragrance and etc.? Did you learn from like a grandparent, a parent? Walk us through that journey to how you got from then to now.
And that's funny, because I was just thinking about that the other day. Sometimes in life, God breadcrumbs us. We may do things we don't even know how we got acquainted with something in our youth,
Right.
And just seeing how it's grown. I can't even tell you, my parents weren't into it. I didn't have anyone. So I will say, I used to read like the Cosmopolitan and the Ebony magazines. Like I was really into all those beauty magazines. That was my escape. So that's Because we didn't have what we have today. You
Right.
couldn't, there was no cell phone, there was no TV
Mhm.
shows talking about, it was books, it was magazines, it was newspapers. So, magazines was the thing back then. So I would have, get my magazine subscriptions, or, that's what I would do. And I was so excited about reading the different beauty tips and things like that. And so I would just play in my hair, like I did my own hair, and I was just,
A
I
girly
was
girl.
I've always been into beauty.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what does your son think about your entrepreneur spirit? Because you're being a single mom. I know it's difficult to, try to raise, especially a son, because um, boys are very difficult. We are difficult. Um, but you like we just, yeah, we're difficult. I'm extra, so I'm even worse. Straight up, I'm gonna tell you now. But like you were telling us off camera that he's honor roll student. So how did you juggle being an entrepreneur mom and being able to raise him the way that he is now? Like, so focused on everything.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, this isn't the first business that I've
Okay.
started back in 2017. So let me back up a little bit. I did I had him in 2009,
Okay.
and so I've always been into fitness, and I gained 55 pounds when when I had him. So I was looking at myself like, I don't like this. And so um I trained for a fitness competition in 2011.
Okay.
And from that, I really learned how to change your body. And so I got my personal training certification.
Okay.
And yeah,
Cool.
and I opened a studio over here by the airport, off of Main
Jackson
Street.
Airport. Uh-huh.
Yep,
Right.
yep. I opened a studio, and I was still working 8 to 5, and he was, very young back then.
Right.
So it was relying on my mom, like
Hmm.
rushing from work, going to get him from daycare, dropping him off at my mom's house so she doesn't have to sit while I'm working with clients,
Right.
picking him up about 9 o'clock, doing it all over. It was a lot.
Wow.
It
Wow.
was a lot. And he was, younger boys need, I mean, he's 15 now. He can
Right.
manage
Right.
without. But back then I had to be really like involved and like trying to do homework in the car. It was a lot. So I got burned out, and
Mhm.
I closed it down. I closed it down.
Right.
So he's always seen me doing something extra,
Hmm.
having a business on the side. And he has a whiteboard in his room, and he's mapped out
Oh,
different,
okay.
he's like, he had wanted a t-shirt company, or, he wants to do digital marketing. So he's looking at how to set up a Wix website. So
Right.
I think it's important for us to teach our children these, things now, so they can, because the establishments that we have today may not be available, you know, in the
Right.
future.
Right.
So they have to know how to be resourceful,
Right.
and so yeah, he loves it. He actually went with me on a couple of my pop-ups, and so I wanted him to. And it was one, we were at the Daytona Mall. They had an
Okay.
event in the Daytona Mall, and I walked away from the table just to see how he was going to
React.
react to the customers coming up. And when I tell you, when I walked back to the table, he made a sale. So I was
Wow. That's awesome.
yes, it was like
Awesome.
he's a natural,
Ooh.
he's a
Right.
natural at it.
Right.
I was like, okay, I love this. And I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed because I have I have a good kid.
Right.
He's a really good boy. He doesn't get me into trouble. He helps out. I am not gonna say he's perfect, but it could be
Well,
worse.
I mean, define perfect though. Nobody's perfect. Nobody.
Right,
I,
right,
nobody in this world. I don't care what you say. I don't care
right.
what type of hair and nails clothes you buy. You're
Yeah,
never going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect.
yeah.
So
He's
he's
a
perfect
really
in
good
his
kid.
own lane. That's what he is. He's perfect in his own lane.
Yeah,
He's growing as he should,
yeah.
and
He
his
really
mind is
is.
focused. Right, his mind is focused, and you were the one that planted that seed in him. You
Yeah,
know, you're the one that planted it, and you're helping him grow it. You know, and that's awesome to see that. Like most single moms are always, woe is me, and I don't have anybody to help me, and this, that, and the third. But you made a way, and your son sees it, and he
yeah,
can. You gave him the confidence to be able to say, "Well, I could do what my mom does because
yeah,
my
Mhm.
mom's doing it." You know, so that's
absolutely.
awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
amazing.
Really
Thank
Yeah,
awesome.
good job.
you. Yeah. I um just what's in me, I try to instill in him, you know.
Mhm.
And it made me feel so good a few weeks ago. My neighbor, I was coming out the driveway and my neighbor came up to me. He was like, "You're doing a really good job with Michael." Like,
Good.
and
Oh,
he was like, "That's
Good.
what is," and this is an older man. And
Mm-hmm.
so he was like, "That's what my parents did for me
Mm-hmm.
when I was young," you know.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And
well,
it
kudos to you for being an amazing parent and a role model.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, regarding entrepreneurial, because not everybody, that's not a lane for everybody, right? So, how did you discover your purpose in, okay, I can run a business, I can do this? Because it's not easy.
Um, like it's something it's always been in me. Like the first time I kind of when I did the fitness training,
Mhm.
I didn't so I marketed myself. I don't know if y'all remember Groupon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep.
So I marketed myself on Groupon
Mhm.
on the low. So it was hard trying to convert the people who were paying,
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
to paying full price. And so that, just going through and learning some of the pitfalls of
Mm-hmm.
of starting a business. Um, I'm sorry, what did you ask me? I lost
The
my train.
entrepreneurial spirit is not for
Okay.
everybody. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
how did you discover
So
that purpose to keep you
yeah,
motivated to keep going with your
yeah.
business?
So it's just been something in me. I always wanted to have my own. I've always known I need to have more than one stream of income. Even if I have good income, I need to have more than one stream. I want to set up some type of generational wealth for my
Mhm.
son, something that he can walk into or just create something. And it, I think last year was the spark for me to really understand my power.
Mhm.
Because before last year, I would put my power in someone else's hands. I
Ah,
did,
okay.
like when you were talking about me being an introvert. I had the business, but I didn't feel confident in myself to go out and make it happen. Go out and market, go out and talk to strangers. I like, hey, come here, come here, come here. I didn't. I relied on someone else to do that for me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I had to, like, these last 7, 8 months, like God has been like it's just been me and him, like working and getting stronger and learning myself, learning my confidence, learning what I can do, learning my power. And yeah, I think that's for me, that's the strength in being an entrepreneur. To keep going when when you're not making the amount of money that you want to make in it,
Right.
when you're not getting the response you want. You're not looking at just this situation, you're looking at where you want to be 6 months from now. So you keep going.
Right.
So,
That's right. So I'm glad that you mentioned and you shared that with us how you were more of an introvert and now you're stepping outside yourself because this is what you want to do not only for yourself but for the success of your business. At what point did you realize that hey, I need to step this up a little bit? What nudge or what epiphany, so to speak, did you have to kind of have you change that mindset? Because a lot of people usually they stay complacent, right? They don't want to do that extra mile, but you are doing that extra mile. So at what point did it change?
um, I'll be honest with you, it didn't have. It was. It was being in a cycle of bad relationships.
Okay.
Um, so last year, it's like I stepped outside of myself and I was like, why do I keep doing the same thing over and over again?
Okay.
And like I want something different. I'm tired of this.
Right.
And that's when God stopped moving things out the way. And I really had to I did want to talk about shadow work. And because I found out I was trauma bonding.
Okay.
I was taking
Okay.
I had trauma from my childhood that was unresolved. So we take those things and we bury them. And it's always that one area in our life that we can't really get right. We can't really excel at. And that's because, we may not think about the trauma, but it has made an imprint on our subconscious.
Right.
So, I found myself um, attracting broken people. Like I'm still broken, so I'm attracting broken people.
Right.
And then it becomes like a toxicity kind of thing. So in order to get out of that, it takes self-reflection. Like that's the hardest part. You have to like
Right.
you have to look at yourself and be like, ooh, I act that way. Because what you get is a mirror of you.
Right.
So it's like
You put that right there.
yes. It's like, okay, I have to make some changes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went into hermit mode, and shadow work is when you like had a journal and it's just me and God and writing down what happened to you. What happened?
Okay.
So like writing down the things that you don't like about yourself and dealing with that. Like things I don't like the way I act in this situation. I don't like the way when I say um just little stuff, but it's just the little stuff that can flip a relationship or create a different atmosphere. But those little things matter. They really matter because they're coming from inside. So those are the things I had to work on. And once because we don't realize those things hinder where you're trying to go. They hinder. You may not think they do, but they do. And so I realized I had to deal with it. I had to really deal with it. Not cover because for so long, y'all, I covered it up with, oh, I'm successful. I got a good job. I look good. I got a good job. I'm good. Life on the outside is good. But not having the type of relationship, that I want to have. So I had to, when I peel back the layers of that, it's like when you peel peel the petals off a rose. It opens up a new, everything around you changes. That's all I can say. That's what I've seen this year. I like everything around me just changed. Is still continuing to change. So I would say if you're dealing, if you had, some type of childhood trauma, you know, deal with it. Deal with it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really deep. I like that.
It's neat.
I think that's why God put you in the healing um, aspect of entrepreneurship, because He knew that you needed something for the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? Now that you're healing,
Yes.
you can help other people. And by you being, at different events, vending and helping people with, their health, with the skin and stuff like that, you can, tell people your story, and
Right.
people can relate to you, and you can help them heal. You know, that was definitely really deep. That was
That
definitely
was
everything
and thank
happens for a reason, and that's why you are Kitchen Etiquette.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, to the viewers and the listeners, as you can hear, Katrina dropped a lot of jewels, a lot of
Yes,
gems, a lot of food for
this is
thought
deep.
for you to consider. We all have some sort of trauma that we may have dealt with. Some more than others, some less than others, let's say. But what she did say, learn how to deal with it. Each and
Right,
every one of us have our own way of dealing with things, whether it be in Katrina's example, she loves journaling, which she calls it shadowing, right?
Shadow work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and or whether you need to go see a psychiatrist, or whether you need to go and voice record yourself talking, giving yourself notes. However it is that you have to deal with it, the goal is for you to deal and overcome with that trauma,
right,
because that can help you heal. It's like that wound that's there. You have to treat the wound so it can heal, right? And so
Mhm.
that's what we have here from what Katrina shared with us, and we appreciate that food for thought for us. Learning how to take that negative and turning it into a positive, which
right,
is what she's doing now. And like she just stated, her life has completely changed the last 8 to 10 months, because now it's opening up her horizons for bigger and better things. The more
right.
blessings are coming because she's releasing that negative energy. Whatever toxicity she was dealing with is long gone.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
definitely awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Fascinating.
so what next? So you have the kitchen etiquette. What other things do you do other than a kitchen etiquette,
Well,
or if
I
any?
do. Huh?
Or if any, you may or may not. I know some people have multiple, things that they do. So
So I still have a 9 to 5. I work as a business analyst. Um, I am working on a new product. I I look at Manny. I am I'm thinking about joining the team for How Money Works.
oh,
Yes.
okay, all right.
I am. I am. I see the value in it. I
Yeah,
just want to make sure that I have the time
yeah,
um,
definitely. Yeah,
to
that's
to
why I'm not pushing you.
yeah.
Like, we have so much going on, and it's like a lot of people don't know how to juggle multiple things at one time. And I'm not saying that you don't, but um, um, some people don't, and it's like other people, in that industry will be like, well, nah, you should do it now, and this, that. No, I'm not going to push you,
Right.
because it's not the right time. When
Yeah.
it's the right time, then you'll make that change. But you
Yeah.
see the value in it, so
I do.
that's
Yes.
what I needed you to see the value in it.
I already have my 5% savings account set up. So, yeah.
We're about to help her out, definitely. Yeah, but
And I'm glad you brought that up, Manny, because that I have another question for Katrina. Work-life balance. With you working, having a child, having a business, having other things going on, how do you do with the work-life balance? How does that look for you?
our viewers would definitely love to know.
So I've moved more out of my masculine and into more of my feminine energy. So before I was trying to do all the things because I'm very intelligent and I know I like, you know, I'm like, oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. And just it puts a lot of weight on you and then you become anxious because you're trying to get everything done. So now I'm only taking on what I can handle during a certain amount of time.
Okay.
And I make sure that I'm doing my workout. So I try to do 2 workouts a day, you
Okay.
know. So just allowing things, if opportunities come and it's right, I take it. If not, then let it go. What's for me will be for me. um I just every now and then I'll get out on the weekend. A group of ladies I think we're going out tomorrow, and some business besties. Just, you know, most of my time, my weekends are doing pop-ups, and I'm mostly tired by the ends. I just want to take Sunday to rest because I spent all Saturday standing on my feet. So I mean, just that's the balance right now. I just try to have my time to relax and work out and do what I need to do. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. For those who want to look at your product, purchase your product, or have questions, how can they reach you?
Yeah. So the name of my business is Kitchen Etiquette Herbal Infusions, and the website is KE Herbal Infusions. The Instagram is K_E_Herbal Infusions.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good.
So,
Man, you usually have some good questions. What questions do you have for Katrina?
um, so like, as far as your relationship with your son and your um, entrepreneur, like, how do you make time for him? Like, I know you make time for him, but like, do y'all have like one-on-one, let's go hang out, mom and son time? Are you able to do that?
Um,
Good question.
that is a good question. Well, so here's the thing. He's 15,
Mhm.
so hanging out with mommy isn't like on the
Uh,
top of his list anymore. Like we used to go out and do things together, but he'd rather, do his gaming. Like um, the other, was it last weekend? I dropped him off at the mall, him and his friend.
okay.
You know, we hang out a lot around the house. You know,
Okay.
like he'll slip into my room. We have a conversation. We have a really good relationship. You
Good.
know,
That's good.
and I like to keep that open door because I always want to know what's going on in his world. What is he feeling? So when he shows me something on his phone, my first response isn't, blasting him about that's stupid. What are you looking at that for?
Right.
So
Right.
I try to find some way to relate to what he's saying and
Okay.
kind of what he's showing me and kind of flip it around.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
I
So
like that.
yeah,
Awesome.
we have a really good
That's
relationship.
good. That's good. Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of moms out there, single moms, that are definitely trying to be entrepreneurs. Like everybody these days are trying to be entrepreneurs, but like I was saying earlier, they don't have that drive or that motivation because they feel like they have a kid, or like you had your when you had your son and he was small and you had the fitness gym, with the personal training. Um, you had to juggle so much, and you were always on the go,
Right.
and um, that's what scares a lot of single moms. They don't feel like, oh, they see that and they're like, oh no, I'm not trying to do that. I'd rather just stay home and sit on my couch and watch TV.
No, no, you can definitely single moms, you can definitely do it.
Right.
And if you are on the fence about it, that means that God has already placed the opportunity there for you. He's just
Right.
waiting for you.
Right.
So I would say, if you don't have, I know some people don't have family here, or they don't have a support system, create a system for your child in your business.
Exactly.
So if your child is of age, you can't leave them home. And where you have to go in your business, include your child in your business.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
that means providing them entertainment, you sometimes you gotta have stuff on deck.
Mhm.
Like you gotta have the food on deck, have the entertainment on deck, have
Mhm.
a comfortable seating place for them on deck.
Right.
Like for me, my son, he's 15, he can go and cook his own meal. So I just make sure I keep the freezer stocked, keep the refrigerator stocked, and I'm I'm doing what I gotta do. So, until you get to that point, there there is no limit. If you start, God will help you along the way. He's just waiting on you to start.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would say that to my moms.
Exactly. These days it's more prevalent that single moms are trying to. I see a lot of single moms out there trying to be entrepreneurs, and a lot of them, have that motivation, but
Mhm.
like once they get that first hurdle and that first pitfall, it's like they just give up, and it's sad. It's definitely sad. But
Yeah.
just seeing a lot of right, just seeing you and Yessie, because Yessie, she does a lot of stuff. She's a photographer. She does movies.
Videographer, content
She was on
creator,
Ride Along too. She was on
model,
Ride Along too, y'all. Straight up, she was on Ride Along too with Kevin Hart. I'm gonna tell you. And mom,
and Black
actress.
Adam.
What? Wait,
Huh?
what?
I was on Black Adam. I had to go on set for 4 months. Well, coming in 4 months.
Oh,
You're lying.
I'm not.
ah,
We'll talk about that. Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Really? I'm gonna have
I'm
to watch that again. Hold on a minute, man. Hold on a minute. We're gonna have to watch that again. Straight up.
what
But
scene were
yeah,
you in?
just
It was the Horus people, the crew. When he flies into the city where all the people are.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it
okay.
was it was 4 months of traveling back and forth to Georgia. But within that, there were different scenes. There were lumps of people that were casted for different types of scenes, and so
Okay.
sometimes we had to be on hold, and sometimes we were on set. So it just really varied. But they were long production days. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that
So I'm
again.
making too
Uh,
much.
Uh,
you gotta
It's
have me
short.
watch the slow mo. Straight up.
I have to watch that again.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's so empowering to see women that single moms preferably that are definitely making a difference in the world and becoming entrepreneurs. And a lot of guys um, are scared of that. Like they feel like a independent woman is a bad thing, you know. And I hear a lot of guys, they talk about, she got her own money, but she is, what's the word that they use? Like she is,
Come on.
what's the word they use?
We're
It's not.
waiting. We're waiting, brother.
um, because some people call y'all bougie, some people call y'all like I can't think of the word, but y'all know what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're not going to take anything less because a lot of y'all have been down to that bottom and have come up, and you know the signs and you know the red flags, and it's like you're picky about what you do and who you're around, especially because y'all have children. You don't want just any type of person around your child because that influence that person has will imprint on your child depending on what age they are.
Right.
So I salute y'all for being as strong as y'all are and not falling victim to a lot of the game that these guys play on um, women that are insecure and feel like they need that guy because he could spit a little bit of game, you know, and some guys might hate me for that, but I'd rather have an independent woman by my side than somebody that doesn't know what she's doing or doesn't know anything, you know.
Right.
Somebody that I have to hold their hand every step of the way. Like I want us to build together. I don't want you to be just behind me waiting for me to build something and you just prosper from it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's rap to me.
Yeah. And there's nothing and there's nothing wrong with, like you, to your point, there's nothing wrong with a woman being independent.
Mhm.
It's I think what men are trying to say is when we're so independent that we act like we don't need the man.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Mm, right.
so and that's when I said moving a little out of my masculinity into my femininity, like being receiving, like having
Mhm.
Right.
to receive, even though I know I can do what you're doing better than
Mhm.
you doing it. But can.
Right.
But just just I think that's the line that
Right.
as a single mom, as a successful, not just want to say single mom, because I don't want to be a single mom. That's the thing. Like
Right.
I don't want to do it on my own. Some women, I don't need a man, no. But just um just having a good balance,
Mhm.
just having a good balance and letting that man know that he is needed, and
Mhm.
Right.
um yeah.
Right. That's another good point. Like a lot of independent women are, I don't want to say afraid, but they don't relinquish that power, and
Mhm.
it's like it it um
Yeah.
it turns off a lot of men because they feel like, well, you don't need me and you obviously can do everything on your own.
Mhm.
What am I here for? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that balance is a good thing, even though you know how to do it and you can do it, but if you want to, it's you have to compromise. Is what I
Yeah.
feel like that is a
Yeah.
compromise.
Right.
Relinquish control.
Mhm.
Relinquish some of the control,
Right, exactly.
which is hard to do.
Right.
But going back to that, I think that's where communication comes in and not
Mhm.
giving up so quickly on the other individual because like Katrina, like you were shared, there may have been traumas in that
Mhm.
specific person's life that obviously caused them to be in a
Right.
shell, be so controlling, be so locked in.
Right.
So man or woman, regardless of gender, if somebody's sharing those traits with you, if you care for them, think to yourself, how can I help them come out their shell so that they understand that I'm here to support them and we want us to win together and not just give up on them so quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because life happens, right? We can't. And I've noticed there's a lot of patterns, especially when I was growing up, where people were just getting up quickly on each other. And it's like, well, wait, pump the brakes. If you're giving up on somebody so quickly, how do you realize or how do you know that they may or may not be the one for you? You're just automatically giving up and not really pushing yourself to get to know more and more about that person, vice versa.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's another point. You said vice versa, because there are men out here that can do everything without
mhm.
needing a woman. So it's definitely, and I'm one of them. Like my mom, I will never forget this quote that she told me. She said, "I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know, so you won't need a woman ever, to take care of you." Like she taught me how to cook, sew, clean, everything. And my father was a mechanic, so he taught me all about cars. You know what I'm saying? How to be a man. So it's like I could do everything, and it's like it's difficult to. Oh, you want to cook for me? Well, I could cook for myself. And it's like that's rude to say. You know what I'm saying? And I've said it before, and like I had to reflect on. I'm like, don't do that. Yeah,
Oh wow.
right. So
You are
it's
difficult.
side. What'd you say?
I say you are difficult.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But I mean, it's I've been single for so long. It's difficult, you know. And then most women out here want some, like they want a free ride, you know, or they want to trap you with a child, or they don't have ambition, you know. And it's like you don't. I don't want to start a relationship with somebody and they don't see my vision, or they don't have a vision of their own. So it's like I'm at an age now where sex isn't really a priority number one anymore. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, it was like, yo, you know, this is what I want to do. But now it's like I want to build with somebody, you know, and it's difficult to find women with the same mentality. And I'm not saying it's non-existent. It's just y'all are hiding. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are really hiding. Because the ones that are really out there, are the ones that want to be taken care of. Okay, they out there and barely nothing on, and they trying to get a check from somebody. And y'all are in your lane making y'all money, and y'all don't come out. It's like where y'all at?
Right.
Home making money.
Exactly.
The good women that are ambitious are
Yes.
like Katrina just said. They focus.
Right.
They focus.
Very, very.
And then earlier you were saying, Manny, about some of the uh, notions or terminology like bougie, right? That you use that men may classify women as. And I will say this: if me having standards and knowing what I want, wanting quality over quantity makes me
Right.
bougie, then hey, I'm bougie. It's okay.
Right. Of course.
I
And
notice that.
right. I
No,
agree
because
with
I have standards. And I think that was a compliment, to be honest, because that tells me that I know I'm in a different category, in a different lane compared to
right.
anybody else.
Right. I'm
So
gonna give you the consensus of what people are saying. That's don't put a message.
He's trying to say that's not how I feel.
I know, but I'm just doing that PSA for anybody.
Look, I'm extra myself. Like, people call me bougie. I'm extra. Like you, I'm extra.
You
Like
always seem so
yeah.
cool though.
Yeah, you are cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
always
'cause
seem
when
nice.
I'm out, when I'm already out, like I'm already dressed, but like it takes me a minute to get dressed. I'm like, okay, 3 outfits, and I'm like, I don't want to wear none of them. Then I gotta do my
Okay.
hair, and then I gotta shave, and then
Gotcha.
this, and then that. So it's like, I'm extra.
That's good.
You know?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's self
Because
care.
we're Puerto Rican.
Huh?
I said, do you think it's because we're Puerto Rican?
I think so. I think so. Side of it, right? Yeah.
I'm so proud.
That's awesome. Well, we are about to wrap up the show. Any last minute words? Katrina, any last minute words that you want to share with the audience about you, your business, how they can reach
Yes.
you, etc.?
Yes, if you are dealing with any issues of pain, anyone dealing with eczema, um, come see, well, reach out to me, I'm sorry, K_E_ herbal infusions or KE herbalinfusions.com. I also have non-toxic skincare items like lotions and body washes. So you're not putting cancer causing substances on your skin. We have therapeutic items as well. So come reach out, go to the website, pick something out. You'll enjoy.
Cool. Any last words for the audience, like those women out there that are trying to break their
Yes,
or
yes,
just
yes.
people in general? Like,
Oh my God! Thank you for saying that. Give me this will take a few minutes because this is so important. This is so important
all right,
because I was at that place where I wanted to give up on kitchen etiquette
mm-hmm,
because I listened to someone who was considered like a mentor, and they were telling me body butters, because when I first came out, I just had the body butters, and it was like body butters are such a saturated market.
Mhm.
Like, why would I pay $40 for your body butter when I can go to the store and get it for 10, or Amazon and get it for 10? And that really bothered me, because I didn't have the level of confidence that I have now.
Mhm.
So don't let people speak on your vision. Don't let people speak on your vision. You hold your vision close to you, and you go make it happen. You write it down on paper, turn that paper into a list of to-do items, and go make it happen. Like, you have to find your own niche. Yes, there are thousands of body butters out there, but I found a niche that works for me. Like, it started from me solving an issue in my own family. So don't give up. Don't listen to what people say. Go, if God's given you an idea, you have a passion, a talent, go for it. That's all.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. Yes, very, very, very important. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Very
Manny
enlightening.
Morales, you're up.
Okay, so it is time to go. And like I always say, don't let the fear of failure overcome the righteousness of success. Don't get in your own way. If you have that idea of God, like Katrina was saying, if God gave you, that burning sensation in your chest, telling you that this is what you're going to do it.
Mhm.
It's going to be a bumpy road, but you have to trust the process. All of us have been in that position where we just feel like, why are we doing this? We should just give up. But there's something in us that won't let us give up. I watched a video one time, and it was Ice Cube. I've said this a couple times, and he said, if you're not willing to work at your craft for 5 years without making any type of bank, then you might as well give up now, because you're not focused and you're not motivated, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. But
Right.
if you love what you do and you would do it without getting paid, then that is your passion, and continue to do it, and it will definitely thrive for you. You just have to continue and walk through that door and take that step, and don't stop moving until you reach your goal. And then when you reach your goal, make another goal and reach that one.
Mm,
So
Mhm.
you can
like that.
find my
I
books.
like
Yeah,
that.
you can find my books. Just hit me up. I'll sign a book for you. Author Manny Morales on Instagram and Facebook. I will send it to you. If you are looking for some type of financial literacy, hit me up as well. Shout out to Kings Republic. If anybody's looking to be a brand ambassador for Kings Republic, let me know. Um, if you're trying to be on Oyandia, hit me in Yesia. Like we said, December, January, so you're gonna have to wait. But yes, definitely amazing show.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you for that, for both of y'all for sharing that. As for me, as Manny shared, I have a lot going on. I'm blessed. God's been great. I've been on this road at a very early age of 11 when I started my career in acting. Um, and then growing and keeping pushing. And many days I didn't get paid, but hey, that is the purpose, that is the passion. That's what we have to do to get to where we are today. And today I am Googleable. So hey, I put enough work where you can find me on Google and on your
Right,
favorite internet browser, not just Google. You can go on Yahoo or
right.
with Microsoft Edge or whatever you want. Type in Yessie Rodriguez. Know more about me, what I do. Um, but nevertheless, follow me. You can follow me on social media platforms. Follow OMDI TV. Thank you in advance for tuning in, for listening, for supporting, for our guests and our listeners and our viewers. I mean, this is amazing. We're doing great things. We're providing a positive platform for people
Right.
to be themselves and to help motivate you all, the viewer, the listener, the person who needs that extra push, extra oomph to
Right.
get you to that level because we all need it. We all need it. Trust me.
Definitely.
Life happens. But it's
Yep.
really how you see the glass. Is it half full or half empty? Right?
Right.
Can the glass be filled being half empty? Of course it can. Fill it up with more, whatever it is that you want to fill it up with.
Exactly.
And like I stated before, the sky is never the limit because the galaxies are endless, right? Never forget
Right.
how the galaxies are endless. Shout out to our sponsors, My Ride Enterprise, Collective Wear, author Manny Morales, Divine Beauty and Accessories, and yeah, tune in to Hoy en Dia. Thanks again, and until next time, see y'all.
Salud. Bendiciones.